Hello everyone, welcome to Self Love You. My name is Jenna Ryan and I love to talk about self-love and all the topics related to that. Today I'm going to talk to you about, are you too nice, or why being too nice is not a good idea. You just don't want to be too nice. There's those of us who were raised in environments where we had no choice, we weren't allowed to say no, and we had to do whatever we had to do to survive. As such, today we may be too nice. Another phrase for being too nice is a people pleaser or a doormat even. You cannot be too nice in this world. If you are too nice, then you will be taken advantage of. If you are too nice, you will not get your needs met and you will remain frustrated. If you are too nice, you will not be respected in society. You will be smeared and slammed. You may be smeared anyway, even if you're not too nice. But I'm saying if you're too nice, you're going to be an unhappy camper. You're not going to be happy because that niceness that you are portraying, the nice way of being that you think you have to be, is keeping you from being assertive and from getting your needs met and from being respected by others and most of all by yourself. A person who is too nice is a person who lives with a lot of resentment. There's a tendency, if you're too nice and you don't say no, or you don't say maybe, or you don't set limits, you don't set boundaries, there's a tendency to live with a lot of resentment. It's almost like you are living with an external locus of control where you are so resentful because nobody around you or people around you are not doing what they're supposed to do. And you're so nice, but nobody's doing what they're supposed to do. So what you're doing when you are too nice is you're living from an external locus of control, putting your power in the hands of other people, expecting them to be nice back to you. Just because you're nice, you want them to be nice back to you. You expect to get a return. No one is nice. Well, some people are just nice. But for the most part, when you're nice to people, you expect to be reciprocity. And you're not going to get that in all cases. In some areas, being nice may be helpful. And you can also protect yourself by just hanging around nice people. But in the everyday world, life, you're going to come across scenarios where being too nice is going to be detrimental to your well-being. And you have to learn that nice is not a requirement for your existence. You're not required to be nice. You don't want to be like a bull in a china cabinet and, screaming at everyone. But at the same time, you don't owe other people kindness and niceness if they are not returning and reciprocating. And it's not, I hate to say it like that because it's like, of course you want to be kind. In the Bible, we're called to love one another and to be kind. But being too nice is different than being kind. Kindness is beautiful. You want to be kind. You want to be loving. You want to be nice. But you don't want to be too nice. There is a line in the sand. There is a limit to how far your niceness should go. First of all, if you're too nice, you just are actually, it's codependency. It's like a codependent behavior where you're trying to get people to like you. You don't want to tick anybody off. You don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers. So instead of standing up for yourself and instead of asserting yourself, you just let others have their way. And the problem with this is that you can't, the problem with this is that other relationships, so basically if you're too nice to one person and you say yes to one person and never say no and just follow everything that one person says, and you're unable to say no, and you just want to be nice and keep, everything smooth and be the peacemaker in every situation, even if it means your own pleasure, your own happiness, your own success, your own life path is sacrificed, then the other relationships in your life will suffer, because we are not made or created to be someone else's yes man or yes woman. We're created to be individuals with our own life paths. And yes, of course, we have relationships where we are a couple and we make decisions as a couple. But even in a relationship, you do not want to be too nice, because it becomes not very pretty. You become an extension of someone else rather than your own person. So someone who is too nice allows other people to do things to them continually. They don't put their foot down. They don't have the skills to walk away. And all they are is nice. And a lot of people that are too nice to one group or one person, or, then they're not going to be nice to other people, and it's going to make their life suffer. Did I already say that? Okay, I said it again. So being too nice, being too flimsy, not having a backbone, not being able to say no, and allowing people to take advantage of your kindness is a way to feel constant resentment to others. And you feel resentment to others, and really the fault lies in you, because you have a choice. You have a choice whether to let this person have their way and give them everything they want, or you have the choice to walk away with your dignity and say no thank you. Or you don't have to walk away, you can just say no thank you and stay there. You don't have to end relationships just because you're no longer ready to be overly nice. I guess we need to redefine the word nice, because the word nice doesn't mean that you just give someone else everything that they ask for and you never ask for anything in return, and you don't have any expectations, and you don't make any requests, and you're just kind of non-existent because you're just there to be nice to everyone. Well, being nice to everyone does not get you where you want to go. In fact, it will make you get way off your path, because that's not conducive to fulfilling your purpose. It doesn't help anybody. And I can't help but think of being in a court of law. Like, if you're in a court of law, okay, can you imagine if, you have your defense attorney, you have your prosecutor, and you have your judge. Just think if the defense attorney just let the prosecutor say whatever the prosecutor wants, and never argues, and never asserts their own claims, and never asserts their own rights of their client. And what kind of proceeding would that be? It would be a very bad proceeding. You would lose. Every time you would lose if you do not, in a court, if your attorney does not stand up and take up for you. Well, if you do not stand up and take up for yourself and make decisions on what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate, and you don't stand up for yourself and make decisions, then you're going to lose. It's not a wonderful attribute to be too nice. Even in business, like I sell real estate, and I can't be too nice in my business. If I were to be too nice in my business, then I would never make money, because I can't, let's say someone wants me to show them houses all day, but doesn't want to get pre-approved. Well, I have to put my foot down. I have to say, well, I can't show you any more houses. I've already showed you 5 or so, and I need you to get the pre-approval, or we can't move forward with this. I can't do this. And, the subject in this case may go ballistic and get so upset. But that's too bad. That person being upset has nothing to do with me. And if I were to give in and give in and give in, then eventually I would not be able to pay my bills, and I would be in a very sad situation. So you can't be too nice. You have to be strong. You have to be able to set boundaries and say, wait a minute, this is not working out for me. I really need XYZ, whatever it is you need. And being able to say no. And a lot of this also has to do with thinking things through. I find that I've had many times I don't think things all the way through in terms of like a relationship or something. Like if someone asks me to go to a party, okay, and I want to go to the party because they want me to go. I want to make them happy, but truly I don't want to go to the party. And then I say yes to something that I don't want to do. And then I don't think it through. And then the day of the party comes and I'm like, I don't really want to go. And it's really against my values not to do what I say I'm going to do. So it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem if I don't sit and really ask myself, and I say this about me because it's, same with you. You've got to sit and think, do I really want to do this, or am I doing this to be nice? Because you're going to have to either suffer and go to a party you don't want to go to and uphold your values of wanting to keep your word, or you're going to have to really upset that person because they got all excited about you coming to their party and you don't want to go. So you have to be careful when it comes to being nice. A lot of times we get so busy, or I get so busy, like people will expect things from me and I don't stop them in their expectation. They think that I'm giving them the sun, the moon, and the stars because I haven't said no. I'm just like, okay, there's no no's. It's all yes, 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 yes. And then when it gets to a place where I don't want to do this, then I say no. And then they flip out as if I owe them my yes. You don't owe anybody your yes. We're all free will people, and we have a choice of saying yes or no. And if you don't, if you say yes and are too nice, and then you're like, you don't follow through, then what are you? You're wishy-washy. If you say yes to things you don't want to do, you become flaky. And you don't want to be flaky. You don't want to say yes to people just to make them feel better, because eventually they're going to hear your no if you don't, and you definitely don't want to do things you don't want to do. That's even worse, because that is just not fun to live a life you don't want to live. Also, there's a tendency to be really nice to people you don't even like. I've seen this before. I've seen it where, someone's just totally nice to someone, but then after they're out of their presence, they're like, oh my God, get me away from this person. I don't know if that's considered too nice or just being two-faced. I don't know. But anyway, being too nice is not an effective way to live your life. You have a right to make your own decisions, to think things through, decide if this is something you really want to do, and make sure that you are aware of the expectations of the other person. Like, for example, if someone invites me to a party and I really want to make them happy and I really want to go, but I really don't want to go, then maybe I can say, I'm not sure. I may be able to come. In fact, that should be my new mantra. I'm not sure, maybe. I think that would be a really good skill to be able to say, I'm not sure, maybe. I'm not sure, maybe. Yes, I really want to go right now, but I don't know how I'm going to feel that night or that day. So, of course, if you RSVP, it's just common decency to keep your word. However, sometimes you don't want to go. You just got to be mean. Oh my goodness. That guy's butt is hanging out. Sometimes you just don't want to do what you said you would do because you were being too nice when you said it. So then all of a sudden you don't feel like doing it. And then it's too late because they already think that you're going to do it and you've been too nice. and then they get really mad. People, if you're too nice in the relationship, and then all of a sudden you've had enough, they've done it long enough, it's really horrible. It's like all of a sudden they get mad at you. And you're like, wait a minute. What about all the nice things I did for you? I did all these nice things, and don't you even see what I did? Oh my gosh. You're just going to be mad at the one thing I didn't do? And that's just going to cancel out every single thing that I did? Can y'all hear that? I'm driving to an appointment. So it's like, if you're really nice to someone, it doesn't do you any good. Because at the end of the day, they don't appreciate it. Nobody appreciates your kindness or niceness. I'm not saying being mean to people is a good idea. I'm just saying don't be too nice. Don't be too much in a hurry to say yes. Don't give too much of your energy, too much of your resources, too much of your money, too much of your time. Don't overdo it. Don't let people stay too long in your house. Don't let them eat all your food. Don't give them your paycheck. That's for darn sure, right? Don't do things that you think will help you be loved, because it won't work. You cannot make people love you. They're never going to love you if you're too nice, because you're just opening yourself up to be taken advantage of. And then also, yeah, like I was saying, I just have to say that again. After you're super nice to someone and you give them all sorts of neat goodies from your life, and let them stay at your house, or give them your computer, or let them use your electronics, or pay their rent. I don't know. I've had people ask me for that. Pay a bill for them, whatever. Then when you don't do it, or you decide you don't want to do something, then all of a sudden you're the bad guy. You don't get credit for being nice. You don't get extra credit points. So why do it? Don't pay for other people's stuff. Say no. Make other people take responsibility for their own lives. And you can maintain yours, and you'll have more energy and resources to take care of yourself. Okay, what do you guys think about being too nice? Have you had an experience with this? Let me know in the comments below. Please do leave a comment, like, and share. Until next time, this is Jenna Ryan, and I will talk to you soon.